Drink beer.
Territory out there on the big end. He's driving the car.
Happy Easter, everybody, from the Down and Dirty crew. Speaking of Down and Dirty, we have some of the pull committee from the 2022 Pull of the Year, the Lafayette County Fair, Darlington, Wisconsin. Bill Smith, Lee Ruff, and Jacob Ruff. Jacob, I'm sorry I forgot your name before we went live. I just I drink a lot when I come to Lafayette County, and I just don't remember everybody's names. I'm just going to full disclosure there. So how's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
So I'm Jason Schultz. I'm your happy co-host. The hosts are John Stanley and Greg Elsing. So at this time, I let these guys take over, and away we go. So.
How's it going?
Welcome.
Good. How's Greg?
Go ahead, John.
So you guys all ready for the pulling season or darn close?
I wouldn't say that.
Is work and priorities getting in the way, Bill?
Just having some parts around kind of getting in the way too. Not having the parts around.
That is the lack of. How about you, Lee?
We're not far off. We'll be ready. We'll be ready to rock.
Nice. Like today, I think all the truck and tractor pullers' necks are swelling up, getting ready.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of that, the Lafayette County Fair, Darlington, one of the biggest crowds in Wisconsin. You guys must take Darlington and times it by about 10, the population down there during that week.
Yes, sir.
Right. What do you have for attendance here usually, Bill?
I'm going to say it's around 5,000.
That's what I usually.
Maybe it's more than that. I'm not even sure. It's got to be more than that. The grandstands is supposed to hold like 3,200, and we got to have at least that many on the infield side, maybe more. So probably closer to 7,000.
Right. It's packed. I know that every year. Rain or snow, whatever, rain or sun, whatever you got going on, people show up. So, any plans for changing anything this year?
We're just going to do some work on the track, try to add some product to it so it doesn't get as hard on us as normal. And we're planning on getting a drain tile put in place behind the grandstand wall. We have trouble with the water coming out of our grandstands and leaking through the wall, and makes a mud hole at about the 250-foot line.
I always thought that's where Mark fell asleep in the water truck.
Well, that's happened too.
It popped into neutral. Yep.
He hit neutral when he was reaching for a sandwich.
Right. The second sandwich in 300 feet.
The last time I was there was a guy in a drag tractor, and it was getting to be late at night. And there's, I don't know how many beer cans piled up in that thing, and I don't think you guys could get them out of there. Finally, the tractor stopped, and you got him out of there, but that guy was in there all day. In that thing. I don't know who that was, and it was a long time ago, but it was pretty.
That's why we hire a crew to do our track now.
Right.
Safer for everybody.
Yeah. How many are on the tractor pull committee part for the Lafayette County Fair? You guys all the fair board members, and you all kind of work through it, or how's that work?
It's not really any. We work with the fair board members. There's probably a group of about 10 or 12 of us that have been doing it for quite a few years. Some have left, and these younger guys that come on board, it's been a great addition.
You guys call that, your committee is called the Lafayette County Tractor Pullers, right?
That is correct. Yep.
Right. And the fair board is actually all county board members. It's probably one of the only fair boards that we deal with that's actually a county board members.
Yep, that's right. It is all owned by the county, and each of the fair board members is a member that sits on the county board.
All right.
Oh,
Who actually is the president of the fair board right now? It used to be Jack Sauer there. Last time I remember, I don't know who it is now, right?
You caught me off guard. I believe it's Jeff Burgett.
Jeff Burgett? Okay. Yeah, because there was only 2 people that came to the fair convention this year. They just took the contract, and we got it all done. But usually you have a pretty big crew there, but it was a little slim this year.
Yeah. Our secretary, Amy, does the biggest part. She does all the dealing with the fair board. None of us guys have to do too much of that stuff anymore.
Right. You guys just go out and round up sponsors for it, correct?
Yeah, a lot of that.
And I think you guys almost have it paid for when we start, right?
Yeah, the fair, they pay pay part of it, and then anything we boost in purse, and then the farm pull, of course, all comes from sponsor money.
Right. And you guys pick a class, usually do a shootout at the end, right? It's been limited pro, and you bring back the top 5 and you add a couple $1,000s to it or something.
Yeah, it's $1,000 to win. It was actually like $3,200 last year for the purse. It'll be the hot farm class this year, and they'll be pulling for the same.
Okay, good. Yep.
And we've been taking the top 5 of our farm tractors from, this year they pull Wednesday night. We kind of change that up each year in different classes for the local guys. It's been the natural aspirated classes. It's been the 11,000 pound farm class. This year it'll be the 13,000 pound farm class, and their shootout is Saturday night before Badger State starts.
Right. Do you use them to groom the track a little bit?
Yep.
How many tractors do you get at the farm pull? You guys pull all day there it's Wednesday, you said, this year?
Yeah, but we don't pull during the day. It's just that night.
Okay. But you get a pile of tractors there, don't you?
Yeah. What all do we got, Jake, for this year?
We have 9,500 non-turbo, 11,000 turbo, 13,000 turbo, 15.5 turbo, and then 11,000 open, which is 3,000 RPM with safety equipment, and then street stock diesel trucks.
All right. Do you have any speed limit classes or just RPM limits?
All the farm stock will have a speed limit, but we won't know what it is until the day of the pull.
Okay.
Surprise.
Right. So you want to go through some of the people that help sponsor your farm pull and the Badger State pull, Bill? You got a list of that, or?
Okay, Schultz, you can remove that picture there. At any time. Oh boy.
Is that a sponsor there, Bill?
No, that was all part of a joke. Last year, I got to drive Dan Camp's 60/30 in the powder puff class, and I had to look like a woman. So.
Right.
Oh, that's beautiful. Nothing wrong with that.
All right.
Whatever it takes.
I don't have a list in front of me right now of all the sponsors because it is a very, very long list. And,
Hey, Greg. Hey, Bill, I want to apologize. Something's gone wrong with my program, and this picture has to stay up the rest of the show.
Yeah, I think it can go anytime.
I'm sincerely sorry. And normally, Bill, I'm really good with this computer stuff, but I don't know what happened tonight. I'm sorry, Bill. This is killing me inside. It's hurting me inside. So.
I can tell.
Yep.
There it works.
So has Lee has to dress up this year to do that?
No, I don't think so. Jake's turn this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a costume picked out already, so
Yep.
I figured I'd let him take a shot this year.
Yeah, everybody wants to date a tall blonde.
So who are some of the guys that help out on the track then? You guys said you got a certain group of guys that help out just on the tractor pull track?
On Saturday night, we have Jeff Brecker's group that they come up and groom the track for us. They take care of, our pull and Freeport and Pecatonica, Warren, and maybe Milledgeville too, I think. They take care of a few of them around. It's worked out real well.
Nice.
Yep.
What classes are then for Saturday night with Badger State then? Limited Pro, Pro Stock, Hot Farm. What else do you guys usually have?
Those 3 classes, and then we got Super Farm and the Pro Stock diesel trucks. That's it this year, I think. 5 classes.
Yep.
It's always a great event, and you guys get a lot of people there. And I know the last time that I announced there, I was just impressed and the sea of people. I don't think there was a seat to be had, and there was probably hardly any room to stand from one end all the way to the other. It's just a great event you guys have, and it's well orchestrated, and there's a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes. I don't know that a lot of people really understand how much work that goes into it, but you guys do a great job there, and must do a great job promoting as well to get people in the seats, and a lot of people help sponsor.
You know,
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate to get the crowd we get. We get a pretty good share of a crowd there that's behind the stands and the infield there. That some of them I don't even know if they know there's a tractor pull going on.
they're back by the bar.
Yeah,
Yep.
Or either that,
That's
or
a nice evening.
they're in that line for that little burger stand. Of all the places we pull tractor, them burgers sold at that little stand behind the announcer stand is they're the best we eat all summer. I'll guarantee you that. I don't know who makes them, but they make them good.
that is our Masons from town here. They're our Mason group. They take care of the food on the infield side,
And
they're actually supposed to get a little bit bigger stand. So hopefully our food line isn't quite as long as it normally is this year.
yeah,
Here's just a portion of the infield, kind of, from that 300, probably 350 foot mark pointing across. But this is the infield. Looks like, around dark or so. It's just packed. It's unbelievable. And to Bill's point, when you're announcing that group off to the left, kind of down there by the starts, the stop and go lights for the racetrack, those people, that beer garden down there, that is just a hoot, absolute hoot. They go crazy.
right.
They go crazy. So,
I think that's one of my favorite. Darlington's one of my favorite polls because when you do good and you get down to the end there, and then people in the beer stand on the grandstand side, you see out of the corner of your eye if they're jumping around, you did good. That's fun to see that as a puller.
That's right.
It is. They're into it, and they know what's going on. Most of the fans you have there, I think. But
Did some crazy stuff down there. Watched Dirk Drury catch a front tire down there one year.
Oh yeah, he got the Tough Man award for that.
Yeah. I was there 2 years in a row. Yeah, he got the award the next year. You guys gave that to him. Yeah. That was crazy.
Ryan Zolik just sent me a video of the crowd from last year. I'm going to share this up here.
all right.
If anybody's watching the show, you go to the Lafayette County Fair, the truck and tractor pulls. What makes it your favorite? What makes Darlington great? Please type it into the comments, or if you have any questions for Bill or Lee or Jacob, please go ahead and type that in there as well. So here's just kind of
We got someone from France watching tonight too.
yeah, that was the first time we've had they're watching on the YouTube. That's the first time we've had somebody from France. I don't even know what time it is in France right now. They're watching from Normandy, France. So, Jan
Normandy,
Moritz, probably saw that picture of Bill in the costume there and got excited.
He's probably second guessing why he's watching this show after that now. Schultz.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
That is proud. Look at that. That's
It's awesome. Awesome.
Last year we actually had a gentleman from the Netherlands won the Pro Stock class at Darlington last year.
Yep, on one of Jason Round's tractors. Was it?
Yep, that's right.
Yep.
Paying dearly.
Yep. I don't think he'll be driving a tractor. But, we'll see.
Greg, you broke up there a little bit.
Hey, and you guys, Bill, you guys usually try and call other pullers to come and pull with you, and you have contacted Bill Miller and other people to come pull, and guys do a little recruiting.
Yeah, we try to do some recruitment to try to get some more iron there. It seems like it's always helped. Mark Roof has always stayed pretty close with Bill Miller and has made the call to him every year, and he's always been good enough to come and support our pull.
Right.
A couple years ago, what's her name? She's from Arthur, Illinois.
Trailblazer.
The Trailblazer.
Coons.
Coons, there you go. They come up and made a pass. That was pretty awesome. I think they finished second.
Right.
Yeah, that was 2021. So, so the Lafayette County tractor pullers are watching. How many bottles of hair gel do you go through a yearly? I have Lee, we are going to do the best hair in pulling against all the associations, and you're nominated out of Badger State.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a home run.
I'm just glad I got hair unlike Bill over here.
Yeah.
So
here we go.
I don't think you should be picking on Bill, though. I don't think Bill made that comment, Lee.
no.
Mitch is watching from Tressa, Wisconsin. It's 2 a.m. in France right now. Perfect. Pierce, Nebraska is watching right now. And somebody said 23 bottles of hair gel.
Well, I'm sure that's probably a little too. little excessive, but
Well, it depends on how big they are.
yeah.
They're big. They're really big.
Bill, the numbers have gone down since I took your picture off the screen. I feel like I should put that back up there. You know, if anybody has any pictures of Bill in the what did we call it? What was it, Bill? The Power Puff. Please send those to me personally on Facebook. I'd love to post that up there.
The Powder Puff uniform.
The Powder Puff uniform. Bill, I would do it too, Bill. Don't feel bad.
Hey, anything for the show.
Yep.
We actually had one of our committee members. He was dressed up as a woman too. He was an Amish lady. Drove Jake's tractor last year.
Yep.
Tom Fitzsimons. You
Yeah.
remember him, Jason? Stubby Two Stacks.
Stubby Two Stacks. I love Stubby. As a past announcer of Darlington, and I've been invited back sometime in the future, I will admit that you guys have more freaking sponsors than the people in attendance. So, Bill, I tell our story often. You were the first one to give me a chance to announce a Badger State poll because Stacy and John were busy in Freeport, and you called me, and it was so funny. Hey, is this Jason Schultz? Yep. They tell me you can announce. I go, yep. Well, you get your one chance. If you do good, if you suck, you'll never announce a Badger State poll the rest of your life. That's how I met Bill Smith. I'm like, wow, that guy's a ball of fire.
I don't know if it was actually worded that way, but it's pretty close.
That's my story, Bill. So I like to add adjectives. So
That was a while ago already, right?
oh, that's 20. That's before I even had my hot farm. So that's probably 13, 14 years ago.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like 08, probably that 08, 09, 10, somewhere in there.
Yep. How many has Darlington had been a Badger State poll since the beginning? We only missed 1 year there, right?
As far as I know, it's been a Badger State poll there ever since Badger State started in '73. Other than that one particular year that we had trouble on top of Henry.
Yep. So we've always made it work. And I will say that Jelani, she passed away, right?
Yes.
She was one of the best. I mean, she came to the fair convention, had her paperwork all in line, I's dotted and T's crossed, and just done. It was very easy. We drank more brand or Corbel with the old boys all the time than we did talking about the poll. But it was fun. You've always had a good bunch of fair board members there.
Jelani always had her work was always done. Like you said, her I's were dotted and her T's were crossed. She was very good at what she did.
Yep, she was. Yep, and I'm sure Amy does too now too. She came and had all that stuff ready to go when we were there.
Amy, we couldn't run our poll without Amy. She does more than any of us would ever dream of doing.
Yep. And it's usually your biggest night of the fair, right?
It is. Yep.
That's good. Even big, you guys have tried music too, and it really struggled, right?
Yeah, we are bringing music back this year. They're going to have music Thursday night. That's why we've changed our farm poll up this year as Wednesday night instead of Thursday night.
And then Friday night are the races, right, Bill?
Yeah.
Yep. They do pretty good at the races too. You got a good crowd there for
Yeah,
that.
they do real well.
Yep. You got a good fair board there. That helps a lot. Aggressive.
You guys
It's been pretty good to work with over the years.
Yep. Even last year when it rained or something, we didn't think it was even going to happen, and we got her in, right? Or was that 2 years ago?
We've had a couple years that we went through that.
Last year it was
I don't remember.
I remember last year. I think it was 2020, if I remember. No, it wasn't 2020. 2019. I think we had 3 inches of rain the night before, and we got it in.
the track was underwater the night before.
Yeah, it was a disaster, but we managed to get it in anyway.
Right. So you've tried trucks here, but Darlington is a tractor crowd, right?
It is. I mean, they like the diesel trucks, the smoke, but it's a tractor crowd.
Yep.
I think if we had all tractors, you wouldn't hear a lot of complaints in the crowd.
No, but some of them younger kids like the diesel trucks these days.
Oh yeah, and I'd really like to have the 2-wheel drives, but you can only have so much. We only have so much time. We're one less class this year than we've been in the past. Last year we ran pretty late, so that's why we're just trying to get it done a little bit earlier.
Right, and the classes are getting bigger, as part of it too, which is a good thing, right?
Right, and then we're having that farm shootout early, and then will be the hot farm shootout at the end. So basically, with them too, it's like having another class.
Yep, and people stick around for that shootout every year, and that's a good thing. A couple other places have done it, and I think it adds to the show.
Sure.
Yep, gives the guys a chance to make a little extra money if as long as they're there. If you get in the top 5.
Right.
Yep. So
You guys find it?
Go ahead, John.
You guys find it difficult day of the pull? I mean, being part of the committee and you guys pullers too, of getting your tractor set up and driving and concentrating on that during the event as well, because I'm sure you guys are busy helping out with everything through the whole night, aren't you?
It is. I know there's been, I guess, 2 years in the last 50, well, let's see here, last 20 that my tractor hasn't been running, and it definitely seems like it's a lot easier that night if I'm not pulling.
But you miss doing it, though, right?
Oh yeah, we lived through it.
Yeah.
I'd a lot sooner be pulling there than not.
Right.
How about you, Lee?
What's that?
How about you?
Well, thankfully we've got a good crew of people, so I can kind of bounce back and forth, and we got Jake here and Kyle and Carson that they're always willing to put in a helping hand and make sure the tractor's ready to go, so I can help make sure that everything else is ready at the pull. So I do have to thank them guys. That helps out big time on Saturday night there. It really does.
Right. You're just
A lot of work.
Without your crew of guys, things just don't happen. Like Lee said, I got Pete and Mark and my nephew Brian and Joe Martin. Without them guys, man, you just can't do it.
Yep. It's tough if you're short help. I've been short help in Sauk here, and I had the boys helping me go to pull. Did you put fuel in? Did you check the air in the tires? No, just go. It is what it is. We've all been there, right?
Oh yeah.
No doubt.
Yep. One thing, let everybody know too that Bill and Lee are also on the board of directors for Badger State. And you guys have been on there for like 10 years now, or probably maybe a little longer. I don't know. Right?
I've been on the board of directors all but I think 2 or 3 years. I was on it since Pro Farm started, and then when I built my limited pro, I was off for maybe 3 years, and then I was back on again.
Yep, that's right.
I'd been on 6 or 8 years. I'd have to go back and do the math, but
I think it's longer than that.
could have been.
But it's everybody puts in a lot of work to what we do at the fair and as for the club.
Mm-hmm.
So Bill, recruits some sponsors. You got Richie Implement Badger State as a gold sponsor. A $10,000 sponsor. That's a good thing.
Yeah, we can't thank them guys enough for that.
Right. So we will do a sponsor show too. We're going to try and do a 15 minutes at some of these sponsors for opening up this show here. We got to get it done. It's a bad time of the year to do anything right now. I just got off the dozer. I'm covered in soot. The DNR is not watching my fire for me now, I'm sure. But that's the way it goes. So,
What's your guys' favorite part of helping out with the Darlington Fair and tractor pull? You enjoy it, I know, at some point, and you take pride into it. But what's your favorite part of putting it all together, or the day, or what's your favorite part?
Oh, what do you think, Lee?
I guess my favorite part is just seeing all the fans and knowing how much they enjoy tractor pulling and knowing we could be part of, putting this on and being the entertainment. And like I said, though, we couldn't do it without all the sponsors we got either, and all the people that help out. But I guess that's kind of my favorite part, is to see the crowd Saturday night and
it's fun to have your friends see how well you do. And when's the last time you won the pole in Darlington?
I've never won in Darlington. I think I'm jinxed, but I've never won Darlington.
Hometown. How about you, Bill?
I don't think I've ever won it with my limited pro. I've been second. I couldn't beat Hollywood John Kuntz, but
Yeah.
I've been second. So it's been since before 2014. It would have been with my pro farm at some point, but I don't remember what year.
Right. I remember when you came out the first day with your limited pro, you won down in Warren, right?
Yeah. Yep. And you know where you go from there.
Right. It's hard to be better, right? So what are you waiting on for parts for it this year, Bill?
We're just waiting on a cam now. We got pretty much everything else. So once that gets here, we'll start putting the motor together and get her on the dyno. With any luck, we'll have it ready to run by Baraboo.
Has it been 2 years or
We just missed last year.
just last year? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. When did it break, or where did you break it?
We actually broke a wrist pin on the dyno, and we knew our rods were in really bad shape. So we ordered a new set of billet rods last year, and we waited all summer to get them.
Yeah, that's parts for everything right now. But you got anything you want to take for Darlington, or any updates or anything?
I can't really think of anything. Just I want to thank all our sponsors. Man, we couldn't do it without them. I mean, they've just been so generous over the years, and it's great. I mean, people like Richie's, they've been with us for a long time. Hennessy Implement. And it's just the Pioneer dealers. The list is very, very long. I shouldn't have named any because they've all been so good. I mean,
Right.
like I said, just very generous, and we got our sponsors for the Fair Pole, and we got our Badger State sponsors. I just can't thank them enough.
Right. They do a lot, and you try to do business with them sponsors. I do. I know that when I.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Saunders Oil, he's been great with Badger State and with our pole there in town, and he's always backed us.
Yep. So, you got anything for him, John or Jason?
Yeah, what time? What are the start times? You have the farm pull Wednesday night. What time does that start?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. for Wednesday.
And I think
And then
Saturday night is 6 p.m. as well.
Okay, so all the fans know 6 o'clock sharp, and you'll see some good on Wednesday night and Saturday down in Darlington.
Yep. Some of the best paybacks in farm classes there is. That's what I've heard, right?
I don't know where you'd find it any better. What about you, Jake? You
Never
travel
have.
the farm stock countryside.
Never found anywhere better yet.
Yeah, Jake, how far do you guys get pullers from for the farm pull? It's crazy.
Oh, probably anywhere up to 2 hours away.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Wow.
I got to tell a story about a kid from Sauk here went down there, parked and pulled that in a farm class or something. He was going down there and he told me, I'm going down there. I got my pump turned up. You think they'll let me pull? And I said, you go down there, you better have more than your pump turned up. He went once and never went back.
It's the only farm pull I know where it sounds like Pro Stocks on Wednesday night at the starting line. That tractor sounds like a Pro Stock, but it's got 20.8. Womp, womp,
Right.
womp, womp. How many cubes is it? We don't know. 1,000. So
Right.
We were lucky enough to have the late Phil Typern come up one year from Sequoia, Indiana, with his farm stock. And
yeah,
there was
the
a lot of
night
questions
Yeah.
I asked that night. How many cubic inch is that thing? And he'd just smile.
680.
Yeah.
680.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yep.
Big old
sounds
green.
like- Yep. But nope. If that's all you've got, that's all I've got, guys. You got any other questions or anything you want to?
Lafayette County Fair is checking in. They said thank you all. We appreciate BSTP and all our local crews so much. So it's cool to see a lot of people are watching tonight around the area. I mean, Darlington it's a big time pull in Wisconsin. I mean, I always say a destination pull is something you don't have to say the state. It's just Darlington, and everybody knows it's Darlington, Wisconsin in the pulling world, and that's pretty cool. That's really, really cool. So, a question we always do on Let's Grow Pulling, Bill and Jacob and Lee, is we always ask if you could drive anybody's tractor or truck, past or present, you don't have to worry about breaking it. What are you grabbing? And if you break it, you don't have to pay for it, is what I'm trying to say. What are you driving and where are you taking it? Lee, you go first. You could drive anything.
I think I'd take Mike Everson's Pro Stock to Bowling Green.
Yeah, that's the only place in the world that sells more beer than Darlington is Bowling Green.
I'd have to question that.
You think so?
I would.
Okay.
I would. Yep.
I don't know. How about you, Jake?
Probably Carlton, Copes, Massey.
Couple.
He's down there. What the hell's up with that? I hope Bill comes up with a different answer.
Here, watch this. Oh, Greg's not on the show anymore. Isn't that neat how that happens? If you want him back in, I can see. Elsine, behave. I have the magic buttons. Behave, Elsine. So, Bill?
I'd have to be driving Kevin Masterson's River Rat. And I'd probably want to do it right in Darlington.
Right in Darlington.
That'd be pretty cool. See him
The
here.
river.
That's a good,
Someone will have to see if we can bring it up then.
right?
That'd be a good one. That's for sure.
I'll shoot him a text, see what he's doing July.
Yeah.
See what he says.
Other than
Yep.
Darlington, where's your favorite pole?
Oh God, I don't know. They're all fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about yours?
Like I said, they're all fun. I mean, it just depends on the year. I mean,
Lee, what makes a good pull for you though? Like, just don't think you don't need to name a facility or a town or whatever, but what makes it a pull fun for Lee Ruff?
I mean, a pull fun, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, what makes it? Wow, I can't wait for next year for that event. What's something that you look forward to as a puller? Because Greg and John and I have talked about this off air. We want promoters to hear this stuff. You guys, okay? I know you're humble fellers, but you guys are a measuring stick for Badger State polls. You want to be the next Darlington. You want to be the next X, right? And you need to be proud of that. So when you guys are out there going to other polls, what are you seeing? What are you picking up on that? Wow, we should bring this idea back to Darlington. Like, what kind of stuff runs through your guys' mind? Share some promoter tips, if you would.
Ooh, you're getting very in depth. I don't know. I guess when I go, I like just seeing a big crowd, and everybody having a good time. That's the biggest thing.
Agreed.
Not getting chased out of there, and not having the law running around and making sure somebody doesn't have an open beer where they're not supposed to. I mean, I know rules are rules and laws are laws, but I hate to see it get ruined by every T being crossed and I dotted. I like seeing everybody have fun.
Right. Darlington is get treated fantastic there from the hill you guys put on to the tap coming in. You never get hassled. It's always a good deal. I think you guys have done a great job taking care of that.
All right, Schultz, get that off of there.
God, you're Bill. Bill, if I wasn't married, I'm telling you, that's some. Oops, what happened to my picture? Oh, ooh, almost had a. That was one of the more popular posts, Bill, last year. Let me check the stats on that one. Yeah, that's pretty good. 237 engagement, 6 shares. I'm gonna put that on Beer Money real quick. If that'll do. I think that'll do well.
Yeah, it's already on, Jason.
What's that, buddy?
It's already on, Beer Money.
No, is it? Well, I'm gonna do it again. So.
Repost it.
Facebook has got the girls from Ukraine you're supposed to marry. Badger State's got Bill Smith.
Yeah.
Leave it there.
Oh, yeah, Jeffrey. Yeah, sure.
You actually, you know what? I think we could raise money for a charity, don't you, Elsine, John? One of these things, like.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I love it.
Right?
Yeah, I got a question.
Here we go. I've been waiting for this all night long. Is that the Budweiser girl?
Yes, that is the new Budweiser girls.
Yeah.
Duke Ruff.
Oh,
Oh, goodness.
Glad I have a baby brother. Always wanted a sister. Rethinking that thought. Definitely. I'm not kidding. The numbers are just going ding, 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 ding. Oh, Bill.
Lee, a good question for you. You're a hard charger in that hot farm class. And that hot farm class, you never know who's going to win it. But every time you come to a pull, there's someone there that's got to have your eye that, boy, if I get past so-and-so, it's a good day. Who would that be as far as your competitor?
Mikey Wolfborough, he's a hard one to beat. He's usually the one you got to keep your eye on. He lays down some good passes, and man, he's a good driver. You can never doubt him. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's been on a tear for the last couple of years, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Yeah. But how many championships you got, Lee?
Just one.
Was it just one? I thought you had more than one.
No, just one.
Been right up there though. You're always one that shakes up the order at the top. Never know when you're coming down through there.
Yeah, it seems like it's tail end of the year and we finally get our stuff figured out, and yeah.
Do you work on it more than 2 days before your first pull?
Well, of course I do, Greg. You know me better
3
than
days.
that.
3 days. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. The day you unloaded it and the day you loaded it. There's two.
right.
Right.
How about you, Bill? I mean, you've been pulling a long time, Bill, and in that class that you're in with the 4-1s, there are no slouches in there either. And you're one of them that can be right at the top of the pile too, and you get the stars and moons aligned, a good hook on the track. But who's one that you always looking at that you know if you get by him, you had a good day as well?
Yeah. I don't know if I could name one. Pretty much everybody but Schultz. How's that sound?
If you're behind Schultz, you know something broke.
No, they're all great competitors. Everybody is so good. I mean, yeah.
Bill, it's on. That's all I'm gonna say. It's on.
Yeah.
Well, you started it.
No, I'm good. Bill, I like this. I enjoy this. I'm not afraid to put that on a billboard down there in Lafayette County because I do home loans, Schultz Mortgage Team, something like that. I'm gonna have a little fun with that. So,
Yep.
Wow.
And you made this person very happy.
So
It was
much
all fun.
down there, Schultz.
I'd do it again.
Yeah.
no, that's what it's all about. It's what it's all about. I love it.
Bill, you do have to tell the story about you and Mark racing the car around and you rolled it over and Mark fell on you or something. It was upside down or some dang thing.
Oh, the gauntlet races.
Yeah.
They used to have on Sunday evening of the fair, they called the gauntlet race, and there'd be a person in a van and then 2 cars chasing it, trying to take the van out. Well, Mark and I were in the van. He was driving and I was riding with him. Not one of my best choices. But, when we got in the van, it was an old Ford Econoline van, and I went to put my shoulder belt on, and it didn't have a shoulder belt. It still only had a lap belt. So we went into turn 3 and 4 and got hit from the inside and rolled the van over, and it was laying on the passenger side, and Mark was up above me, and I looked up and I said, Mark, do not take off your seatbelt. And then pretty soon the fireman come up to make sure we're okay, and the first one looked in and he said, Mark, don't take off your seatbelt.
Yeah. Did they flip you up and you go racing again?
Oh, we were pretty sore. That was the end of the racing that day for us.
Yeah, that's a good story. Well, I'm going to tell a story about the first time I really met you, Bill. I rode with Mark from Darlington to Fayette. Every corner, Mark would say, I hit that tree, I hit that guardrail, I hit that round bale or something. And we get the Fayette
this night.
beers. And I said, Bill, are you going back to Darlington? I need somebody to ride with. We've had a good friendship for the last 30 years since then, though. Well, that.
Been a lot of fun over the years. That's been the best part of tractor pulling. It's the friends we've made and the fun we've had.
Yep. Oh. He even showed me a silo that he snuck up and hid from when the cops.
Oh, yeah.
Well, whoever was on there said they forgot about that. Sure glad you guys got out, started throwing tomatoes at me. So I knew you were okay. Who was that?
That was the guy that hit us with the van.
Oh. Oh, gosh.
You had the truck there one year that broke in half too and went pulling. I think Mark lined that up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had some different things there. It was fun. Yep. And you had unlimited tractors, articulates and stuff, weights, pulled them.
Yeah.
You know, who usually wins that?
Oh, we haven't done it for a few years. Once we got the quad tracks in there, we couldn't stop them anymore. So.
Yeah, I remember with Lukey's sled, Bill, you guys would chisel the track up,
Yeah.
and they still couldn't even stop. They get to just chatter, and old Jimmy was down there just bouncing in the back of that sled. That was awesome. That was awesome. Oh, Sean Sauer. Okay, Sean Sauer did that. So.
Yeah, he was the one that took us out with the van that time.
Yeah.
Of course, the instruments were up there. They said Darlington and Chapel Hill are the two main pulls on my bucket list.
That's a pretty good list, fellers. I'm not going to lie. The Super Bowl of the South and the Super Bowl of Southwest Wisconsin. So.
Yep.
So whoever, Corsa.
I went to Chapel Hill too once. You know, some year I'm going to get off of this and I'm going to go do some of that thing. But
That'd be fun. I'd like to go there, yeah. And Deb said she's got a red wig for you to wear this year. Try it again. Try a red wig. She's got one you can borrow. Just saying.
We're not having the powder puff class this year, so I'm safe for another year.
I think you got to find him a shorter skirt. Short skirt and red hair.
Rough crowd.
Yep.
Makes it fun. Makes it fun. Bill, what makes Badger State special to you? Why has it elevated? And you know, we all know it's the premier polling association in Wisconsin, and you know, nationally known as one of the best state organizations out there. Why in your mind, do you think it is?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, the guys have just done such a great job promoting it over the years, and it's just gotten better and better and better. I mean, it's been pretty special to me to be part of it. I mean, when I was a little kid, my dad took me to all the Badger State polls that were close by, and you know, we watched, and it was just one of them things when I was a kid that was a goal of mine, that someday I wanted to poll a Badger State. And I guess as I got older, I got foolish enough with my money to do that.
The other thing, Bill, everybody knows Bill's on the committee for the Hall of Fame committee too. You know, that's how long you've been around it, Bill. Get on that, you have to know what's happened 30, 40 years ago, and you know that.
Yeah, like I said, I've only pulled my own tractor since 2000. Well, in Badger State, 2002 on. But I said with the roof crew, I've been around for a long, long time and just kind of always paid attention to who was who. And, you know, working with Jack Spots and Gary Scott, it's really been nice to help put that Hall of Fame together.
Right. Did you go to the Netherlands with Blackburns or something one time too, or not?
No.
Yeah, I know you talked about it. I didn't know if you went or not.
Yeah, one of the guys that went with Terry, he wasn't going to go. He had something happen and he wasn't going to go. And he asked me if I'd take his spot, but it was already all done. So I wasn't able to go with him.
Yeah.
That would have been a great experience.
Mark Ruff was on, said I can hear you guys, so he knows everything.
We'll
You'll have some
report tomorrow.
a little bit explaining. It'll be okay.
Yeah, Lee, what about you for Badger State? Same question.
I mean, I guess kind of the same thing with Bill. I mean, my dad was, you know, he pulled with Badger State for years and years, and you know, it's just always been a family thing, and you get to, you know, almost like good enough friends with everybody, it becomes family, and getting to go to the different polls and seeing everybody and just getting to hang out with everybody. I guess that's one of my favorite things. And
well, he had a pro stock called Wound for Sound, right?
Yep. Back in the early 90s, he had a pro stock, Wound for Sound. Yep.
Lee, what's your first pulling memory, Lee?
Oh, my first pulling memory with Badger State or just in general?
Just in general, bud.
My first pulling memory was probably when I was about 8 years old, and my uncle Duke, my dad's youngest brother, took me down to the antique days in Darlington and said, "You're pulling Grandpa's 444 Massey Harris today." And I said, "What?" And that was the first time I ever pulled. 8 years old, pulling a 444 Massey Harris, and I won. So I was addicted from there.
Right. Hey, my first pull was on a Massey Harris too. Mine was just a 44 though.
Yeah.
44 special.
Yeah.
But how about you, Jake?
About the same as these guys. I've been around it my whole life and wouldn't really want it a different way. So,
What's your first memory of pulling?
watching Bill Smith pull. My dad used to take me around when I was a kid.
Yeah. Yep. So you have a Massey Ferguson. You pulled to a 1150 or something?
1155.
1155.
Yep.
How do you do with that?
Good if I can keep under the speed limit.
Speed limit. Well, how fast does it go? Just put in the same gear when you're hauling manure.
Yeah. It sits on the blower.
Not the blower. How tall's the silo? Yeah. Yep.
He's like his father. He's always had a problem with speed limits.
Right. Yep. So
Mark said 210 Alice Chalmers.
Oh yeah, we spent a lot of time with the 210 back in the late 80s. Tom Reichling had the 210, and I was fortunate enough to get to tag along with him.
Oh,
Tom pulled a 210 too.
Mark and Tom owned it together when they first started pulling it, and then Mark bought out Tom a few years later. But they were actually, Gary Scott would probably have to tell you better than me, but I am 99% sure that they were the first Super Farm champions in Badger State with that 210 Alice.
Really?
Yeah, 12,000-pound Super Farm.
Really? That's pretty neat.
Still got the plaque hanging on the wall.
It's 1987.
The plaque's on the wall yet, Jake?
Yep.
Where's that, down the shop?
No, in his living room.
In his living room? Oh. He's
Mark
got
Russ, tell him about Springville.
Oh, yeah, Mark's glory day when Mark took my pro farm out to Springville, Iowa for this. Oh, it was a shootout class. Basically, anything goes. He pulled against some super farms and limited pros, and he left, of course, my house about the time the pull was going to start. It was 2 hours away. Well, about 4 hours later, he called and told me he won the damn thing.
really.
It's $1,000.
$1,000 to win. He was pretty proud. I told him, that's great. Bring me home the $1,000.
It was all dry that day, right? It was driver's track.
John Holder going for a ride down there in Darlington.
Now, these are your 2021 winners.
Oh, is it?
Yep. Yeah, this is one of Zolik's winter videos he put together. So just out looking for some stuff to share while we're yakking. Look at that big old crowd. Just good stuff. That's just the start of the beer garden, right in front of the truck. That's where the party animals are. That's the people that Bill said they're not even sure if they watch the poll. So
Yeah. Every truckload of beer, there's a ton of headaches. I wonder how many tons of headaches go through there.
man, I've been through tornado warnings, hotter than hell, monsoons, Darlington. I've seen it all down there over the years. So.
I had some down there one time with me. They took the gator and backed into the police car.
That was the guys. That was before the Masons had their burger stand out back. They used to. It was another club that was selling there. Used to bring them over from the other side of the track in a gator, and they sold burgers out of that. They backed into a squad car with it.
Oops.
It happens to the best of them. So.
Remember the days of
Greg, you broke up, buddy.
remember Legends? I parked my semi in front of Legends one. Larry Wolf fell off. Cancer bar. Oh, that was trouble. A lot of fun. How much beer do you sell in the pits there at an average the last few years?
Oh, I asked earlier what I can't really tell you separating it out, but our largest beer sales has been a little over 34,000.
Really? That
Just Saturday night.
just Saturday night. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's a lot of beer tabs.
It's usually in that range of 27 to 30,000, but one year we hit 34.
Yeah. That's pretty. Must have been hot.
Must have been.
There's one
Well,
of
good
those
deal.
Warren.
Warren was winner there that night last year.
2021.
21.
Yep.
Who do you have lined up for sleds this year, Bill?
Be all Josh Jacobs both Wednesday and Saturday night.
Him and you're going to run 2 sleds again?
We'll do it just like we did last year, alternate classes, but Josh is going to have both his sleds there.
Okay, that goes good. He'll be doing. He's done a lot of work to his sleds, fixing them up this winter. He was telling me about them and doing stuff that helped a lot.
Well, guys, I need to wrap this up so I can swing on over and start Let's Grow Pulling. Bill, Jacob, Lee, thank you for being good people. Thank you for being pullers. Thank you for supporting Badger State. And thanks for doing the show tonight and having good internet, too. That helps so much that we can understand. Whose office are you guys in?
Please.
Oh, fancy, Lee. Fancy office. So cool. Well, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you soon, okay?
Thanks,
You bet.
guys.
Thanks for having us.
Guys.
Thanks, guys.